ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतानः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनं श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यसेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Dear friends, we are in this Prashnopanishad reading the third Prashna. We have come to the end, almost end of the third Prashna. In the last class we read the 11th mantra. 11th mantra, after discussing everything about this prana, the Phalashruti was told in this 11th mantra. Ya evam vidvan pranam veda nahasya praja hiyate amruto bhavati tadesha shlokaha. So that's what we read. That is, the person who does this meditation of this prana, there is a aihika phalam. Aihika phalam is in this world, what is the result he is going to get. Na ha asya praja hiyate. His family line is never broken. Then amruto bhavati. Then amruto bhavati in what sense? It is not as though he realizes this absolute Brahman. He has this sayujyam with prana. Prana means Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha sayujyam. In other words, that Hiranyagarbha loka, what we call Brahma loka. Devaloka, when you are in the path of karma. Devaloka or Swarga, whatever it is in the path of karma. And karma and upasana on this Hiranyagarbha leads to this Brahmaloka. It is supposed to be the northern path, Krishna Shukla Gati, as against the Krishna Gati. We have seen these two paths in Gita Bhashyam, Gita, and in several other places. So this leads to this Brahmaloka, which means Krama Mukti. Krama Mukti is much better than this Swargaloka. So in that sense it is relatively eternal. So it is a relative Amrutatvam, not absolute Amrutatvam. Absolute Amrutatvam only when a person realizes the Brahman. So that is why this Amruto Bhavati Punya Papa Karma Vashad Yatha Sankalpitam Yatha Abhipretam Lokam Nayati Khyapayati. Okay. No, next the thing is Amarana Dharma Bhavati Tadetasmin Arthe Samkshepa Vidhayaka Yesha Shloko Mantro Bhavati. So Anandagiri also clarifies. So here Amrutatvam cha na atra mukhyam kintu prana sayujyameva. So that is what Anandagiri says. So Amrutatvam is not that mukhyam Amrutatvam kintu prana sayujyam. That is identifying himself with that prana. Identification with Hiranyagarbha is what is the result. Then we will come to the last mantra. Last mantra again is almost like Phalashruti only. Let us read. Utpattim ayatim sthanam vibhutvam chaiva panchadha adhyatmam chaiva pranasya vijñāyāmrutamashnuta iti. Ityatharva Vedopaniya Prashnopanishadi Trutiya Prashnaha. Okay. Utpattim. Utpatti, origin, how this prana has emanated from Paramatma. Atmanaha prana sanjataha, that is what we saw in second or third mantra. So Utpattim. Ayatim, how it has come down. Manas Sankalpena, that is what was told. Manas Sankalpena, because this Manas is something which is the prime motive for everything. Manas is the prime motive for making the body also. So Manas Sankalpena Agataha. Then Sthanam, how it is located. Vibhutvam, what is its lordship, how it is controlling the everything, how it is in the control. Vibhutvam is control, lordship we can say. Vibhutvam Chaiva, Panchadha, all these in five-fold manner. Vibhutvam Chaiva, Panchadha Vibhutvam. This Panchadha is adjective for Vibhutvam. Panchadha Vibhutvam. It's five-fold lordship, let us say, five-fold lordship. Then Adhyatmam, what is there in the body? in with respect to the body, how it is governing everything. Adhyatman chaiva pranasya vijnaya. Vijnaya means having contemplated on that, having meditated on that, not merely theoretically knowing, but then having meditated on that, having done some tapas on that, vijnaya. What is that tapa? What is that upasana? Again, this Swamiji clarifies. Pranam Veda iti aham grahena ityavadheyam. This particular Swami of Kashi, what is this matha? Kailas Ashram, Mahamandaleshwara, Vishnudevananda Giriji. So he clarifies aham grahena ityavadheyam, he says. So this ahangraha upasana, having done that ahangraha upasana, then vijnaya, in that way having realized, amrutamashnute. So that is again relative amrutatvam. Vijnaya amrutamashnute iti. So repetition is to indicate that this particular chapter is coming to an end. Then let us see the bhashyam. Utpattim paramatmanaha pranasya ayatim agamanam manokrutena asmin sharire sthanam sthitincha payupasthadi sthaneshu vibhutvancha swamyameva samradiva pranavrutti bhedanam panchadha sthapanam. Panchadha sthapanam. Okay. Utpattim paramatmanaha pranasya. So utpattim, pranasya utpattim, paramatmanaha is not shashti. Paramatmanas sakashat panchami. Paramatmanas sakashat, from paramatman. From Paramatman, Pranasya Utpattim. We are now talking about not Paramatma's Utpatti. Paramatma, there is no origin. So, Utpattim, Pranasya Sakashat, not Pranasya Sakashat, Paramatmanas Sakashat, Pranasya Utpattim, Vayam Janima Haidanim. So, the origin of this prana from Paramatma. Paramatmanaha Sakashat, that is Panchami. Then, Ayatim is Agamanam, how it has arrived. What? Manokrutena asmin sharire. Manokrutena ayat yasmin sharire. We read in that mantra, earlier mantra. Manokrutena, because of that manas sankalpena. And I was also referring to Yoga Vasistam. Yoga Vasistam, Sthiti Prakaranam, chapters 37 to 40. Chapters 37 to 40, it gives a wonderful description about how this mind creates the body. Because it is a wonderful concept. That is, first the mind comes into existence. And the mind creates. So in fact, this is precisely what Darwin also is saying, creative evolution, all this evolution and all that, how the mind comes into existence and how it adapts. What is this adaptation? Adaptation is nothing but evolution. So it again, mind is in operation. This is precisely what Darwin also is saying, or rather in different words. Ayatim agamanam manokrutena asmin sharire. God knows whether, though they were also, Darwin was also exposed. Darwin is a British person, and British by that time they had totally absorbed what all Indian thought was. No wonder. Then sthanam means sthitim. Sthitincha, sthiti means existence, its location. In payu upasthadi sthaneshu. Payu is rectum. Upastha is genital. Upasthadi sthaneshu. Sthanam, that is sthiti, existing. Then vibhutvancha. Vibhutvam means lordship. Swamyam. Swamyam. Swam is one's own property. Swami is the lord of that. Swamyam is that particular state where you are lord of something. So swamyam cha. Swamyam eva. How samradiva pranavrutti bhedanam panchadha sthapanam. So he has established, panchadha established, this prana has established in five-fold manner. Say all the prana vrutti bhedanam. Prana vrutti means a function. 5 functions are there. These 5 functions are established in 5 different ways. Then bahyam adityadi rupena adhyatman chaiva chakshuradhyakarena avasthanam vijnaya evam pranam amrutam ashnute iti. Pranam vijnaya. So that is the meaning. Vijnaya amrutam ashnute iti. Dvirvachanam
Durvacanam.
Prashnartha Parisamaptyartham.
Prashnartha Parisamaptyartham.
Okay. So this Bahyam Adhyatmancha. The last line is Adhyatmanchaiva. That is, the last line is Adhyatmanchaiva Pranasya. Not only Adhyatman, there is what is called Bahyam also. In this particular mantra, that Bahyam is left out, but we have to presume. So Shankaracharya is presuming, including that Bahyam also. Bahyam is Adityadi Rupena. This prana is not only existing in the body, it is existing outside. Bahyam is Adhidaiva and Adhibhuta levels. These two levels are also there. So that is why Shankaracharya is adding it. Bahyam Adityadi Rupena. Then Adhyatmanchaiva. Adhyatmam is Adhi plus Atma. In the body. In the body. Adhyatmanchaiva. In what way? Chakshuradhyakarena avasthanam. Its presence in the form of Chakshu, etc. Chakshu is eye. Its presence in the form of eye, etc. Vijnaya. Vijnaya. Dhyatva aham grahena. So that is again this Tika Tippani is explaining. Dhyatva chiram aham grahena ityarthaha. Chiram means Dirghakala Nairantirya. That is why Abhyasa Vairagyabhyam. That Abhyasa. It is not as though you think about it once and then you become prana. It's not like that. It should be a chirakala abhyasa. It should be a continuous abhyasa. Every morning, like you do Sandhya Vandana, something like Pranopasana also has to be done like that, so that you have that awareness. You have that awareness that you are nothing that Hiranyagarbha, and that also gives us some Sarvatma Bhavana. Not the Sarvatma Bhavana at a higher level. Sarvatma Bhavana at least a functional level, at a lower level. So that is what is the result. Then Vijnaya Evam Pranam Amrutam Ashnute. So this Sapetshikam, that is Hiranyagarbhalokam, Ashnute. Ashnute means attains. Then Vijnaya Amrutam Ashnute is Durvachanam. Durvachanam means repetition. Repetition is to indicate that this particular chapter is coming to a close. So in this particular third mantra, we have seen the first three mantras. If we see first three mantras, we have seen in the first mantra the identification of two basic entities called Pranam and Rayi. And the second mantra more about this prana. This prana Indriya Samvada. Prana Indriya Samvada, there is a discussion between the prana and the Indriyas. And then Indriyas, they feel high and mighty. Then prana wants to teach a lesson. It tries to rise up. And then it tries to rise up. As all other things are also, they are also shaken from their bases. As though wrenched from their bases. So that is what happens, and then they all start praising the prana. And then the third question is about this prana. So that the prana is not mistaken to be the absolute. So the idea is the prana should not be mistaken for the absolute. Prana itself it has an origin. Is something which is anityam. It has origin. So that is why about this prana, all this discussion about how it is there, how it is manifest in the form of Adhidaiva, Adhibhuta and also Adhyatma. So whatever is there in the Adhyatma is nothing but what is there in the Adhidaiva and Adhibhuta. So that is the basic principle. And having realized it, if one who does Pranopasana, he attains that Brahma Sayujyam, not Brahma Jnanam, this Hiranyagarbha Sayujyam. So that is the overall thing we have seen. And all these things Shankaracharya is going to say is Aparavidya Vishaya. You see, up to this Hiranyagarbha Loka is Aparavidya Vishaya only. Karma and Upasana. Relating to karma, we have seen in the very first prashna. In the very first prashna, Agnishtoma Yaga, and then Pitruloka Gamanam. There was a mention of Pitruloka and say Brahmaloka. And then while coming, when we have come to discuss this prana, we have now come to the level of this other level called Brahmaloka. Now this fourth prashna onwards, now the real vichara about what is really Brahman, what is beyond this Devaloka and Brahmaloka, what is beyond all this karma and upasana. Karma and upasana are the initial stages. Karma is the most primary stage, and upasana, particularly this ahangraha upasana and these things, they are higher level, and above that is jnanam. Jnanam is vichara only, nothing else. There is no upasana here, there is vichara. Vichara means contemplation, a logical analysis, a logical inquiry into what are the things. So in this particular prashna, and as I was just mentioning, that the Atharva Veda, the rishis who have seen Atharva Veda, they seem to be the great observers of human nature. When we compare it with the other Vedas also, we have seen Ishavasya of which Veda? Ishavasya Shukla Yajurveda, then Kathopanishad of Krishna Yajurveda, Taittiriya of Krishna Yajurveda, then we have seen what else? Kena of Samaveda, then again Mundaka and Prashna are from Atharva Veda. So in this Atharva Veda portions only we are seeing more about this prana and then this Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, etc. This particular question now we are going to see is about Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. The same thing is discussed in Mandukya, which is also from Atharva Veda. So there is some characteristic of Atharva Veda Rishis which we can identify. That is observation of the body with respect to the external world. So this is a wonderful observation. That is the reason why this Ayurveda also has come out from this particular Veda. Maybe we will see the next mantra. Atha chaturtha prashnaha.
चतुर्थः प्रश्नः
अथ हैनं सौर्यायणी गार्ग्यः पप्रच्छ पप्रच्छ भगवन्नेतस्मिन् पुरुषे कानि स्वपन्ति कान्यस्मिन् जाग्रति कतर एष देवः स्वप्नान् पश्यति कस्यैतत् सुखं भवति कस्मिन्नु सर्वे सम्प्रतिष्ठिता भवन्तीति. Okay, so here there are so many questions here. Atha ha enam. Enam means enam adhyapakam. Who is adhyapaka? Pippalada. This they asked this Pippalada. Who asked? Sauryayani Gargyaha. This Sauryayani, person named Sauryayani of this Garga Gotra. Gargyaha means one who is born in that Garga Gotra. Papracha, he asked. Atha, thereafter, ha enam. Ha means, as we well know. He asked like that. What? Bhagavan, O Lord, O revered Sir, etasmin purushe kani swapanti. Now we are not talking about that absolute Purusha. We are not talking about Purusha in the sense of Brahma. We are talking about only the human body-mind complex. Etasmin Purushe, etasmin, not tasmin. Etasmin, in this particular body, Purushe, kani swapanti. Kani. Indriya, we are referring to these Indriyas. Kani swapanti. What are these Indriyas? What are these which take rest? What are these which take rest or sleep? Swapanti is actually sleep or take rest. Kani asmin jagrati. And even if all of us go to sleep, something is awake. What is that? Kani asmin jagrati. What is it that keeps awake? Then katara yesha devaha. Swapnan pashyati. Yesha devaha. Kataraha. Kataraha means katara comes when two things are say there. Kataraha. Dvayor madhye kataraha. Between the two, who? Now what are these two? Shankaracharya is going to say pranendriya, karmendriya yoho. Between this pranendriya, not pranendriya, jnanendriya, karmendriya. Between these two groups, which one? Katara yesha devaha. Who is that deva? Swapnan pashyati. Who is that deva? Which is that intelligent thing, let us say. Deva, Dyotanarthakam. Dyotanarthakam is intelligence, signifying intelligence. Devaha, Swapnan Pashyati. Which is that? Which sees the Swapna. Swapna is a dream. Then, Kasya etat sukham. Kasya etat sukham bhavati. Kasya etat sukham bhavati. Kasya etat. When a person is in deep sleep, and then when he awakes, then he says, oh, sukhamaham aswapam, something like that he says. I was so happy, I happily slept. So that who is the person who felt that happiness in that deep sleep? So this question is about Sushupti. Kasminnu sarve sampratishtita bhavanti. And in what? Kasminnu, in what? All these survey means all these things, indriya, all these things, sampratishtita bhavanti. They all merge, they all assemble, they all as though in pralaya, all these things they merge and resolve. Sampratishtita bhavanti. Into what? All these things they become resolved. So there are some questions about Jagrata, Swapna, Sushupti. About Jagrata there is no doubt about it. Jagrata Avastha, we are seeing the world. We are seeing all things. various, the whole world we are seeing. And when we go to sleep only, the problem arises. The whole human experience can be divided only into three stages, isn't it? Jagrada Avastha is one, when the waking state. The dream state. Dream state is almost, why almost? It is as real as the waking state. When we are dreaming, it is as real as the waking state. So when we wake up, we say, oh, that's a dream. But from the mind's point of view, that is also as real, isn't it? From the mind's point of view and not from our point of view. From the mind's point of view, it is as real as when it sees a dream. In the dream, you are going somewhere, you are speaking to somebody else, you are talking to somebody, and then you are fighting with somebody, or various transactions take place. Somebody is frightening you, or you are frightening somebody, whatever it is. So all these things, they are so real. Then that experience also has to be taken into account. Then when a person is in deep sleep, all these things are withdrawn. And then there is a sense of happiness. And what is that agency which is experiencing that happiness? So that question is about Sushupti. Then Kasminnu sarve sampratishtita bhavanti. In what? All these things, where do they merge? So this is what? After this Avastha Traya, these three states are called Avastha Traya. Avastha means a state of experience, let us say. Avastha is Jagrad Avastha. Jagrad is the state of wakefulness. Then Swapna Avastha, the state of dream. Then Sushupti Avastha, that is also a state. That's Sushupti state. That is state of deep sleep. Then beyond this, what is that? What is that Turiyam? Turiya is number 4. Turiyam. What is that Turiyam? Where all these things they get resolved. So where all these things get resolved is called that fourth level, that is Turiyam. That is which is there present in Jagrata, Swapna, Sushupti, in all these stages it is present. What is that supreme consciousness? So into which all these things they get resolved. So that is the question here. So if we see, there are 5 questions here. The first question is Kani Asmin Jagrati. Which are they? Which are awake? Kani Swapanti. Which are the Indriyas which sleep? That is the first question. That is about the immediately after Jagrada Avastha. Then the second question is about Kani Asmin Jagrati. Which is it? Which is the one which keeps awake? Why do people keep awake? People keep awake in order to protect. Suppose all of us are sleeping. In the night, suppose there is some policeman doing patrolling. So he is doing patrolling means he is keeping a watch. He is not sleeping. So likewise, there is something in the body which is keeping the body alive. When all the other faculties are, taking a rest, there is something which is keeping the body alive, isn't it? What is that which is keeping the body alive? So that is the implication. Then Katara Yesha Deva Swapnan Pasyati. Swapna, whose dharma, whose property is it? So dharma. Then Sushupti. Next question is about Sushupti. Kasya Yetat Sukham Bhavati. That Sushupti is the place where you feel happy. So Kasya Yetat Sukham Bhavati. Then Kasminnu Sarve. That is the 5th question. So there are 5 questions about all these Swapna, all these 3 avasthas, and beyond the 3 avasthas also. So Anandagiri is also explaining. I will read out later when we see the Bhashyam. Okay, let us see the Bhashyam. Tatra. No, not Tatra. Athahainam Sauryayani Gargyaha Papracha. So this Sauryayani, he questioned what? Prashnatrayena Aparavidya Vishaya Gocharam Sarvam Parisamapya. Samsaram Vyakruta Vishayam Sadhya Sadhana Lakshanam Anityam. Atha idanim asadhya sadhana lakshanam apranam amanogocharam atindriya vishayam. Indriya, it should be Indriya Vishayam. Otherwise it should be Atindriya Vishayam. Shivam Shantam Avikrutam Aksharam Satyam Paravidya Gamyam Purushakyam Sabahyaabhyantaram ajam.
पुरुषाक्षं
Sabahyaabhyantaram ajam.
सभाख्याभ्यन्तरम् अजं
Vaktavyam उत्तरं प्रश्नत्रयम् आरभ्यते.
वक्तव्यम् इति उत्तरं प्रश्नत्रयम् आरभ्यते.
So Prashnatrayam arabhyate. So start from there. So the three questions are now being asked. Why? Prashnatrayena means by the earlier three questions. Prashnatrayena by the questions which have gone by. Three questions which have gone by. Aparavidya gocharam sarvam parisamapya. Aparavidya gocharam. Gocharam means that which can be known. Gocharam. That which can be known. How Aparavidya gocharam. What can be known by this Aparavidya? Aparavidya is karma and upasana. Gocharam, sarvam parisamapya, having concluded all, having concluded everything. And what is that Aparavidya Vishayam? He is explaining. Samsaram. That is Aparavidya Vishayam is nothing but samsaram, transmigration. Then Vyakruta Vishayam. Something which is Vyakruta. It is manifest. It can be examined. It can be seen by the felt by the seen and felt by the Indriyas. Vyakruta Vishayam. It is manifest. Then again, what is it? Sadhya sadhana lakshanam anityam. That is something sadhya sadhana lakshanam. In this karma and upasana, there are two categories. One is sadhyam and one is sadhana. Sadhanam is the means and sadhyam is the goal. So there is a particular goal called Brahma Loka or some other Vishnu Loka or some other Loka. All these are goals. There is a sadhanam. There is a sadhanam called a karma or upasana. So this whole thing is sadhya sadhana lakshanam. We have to go beyond this sadhya sadhana. The basic idea is Vedanta asks us to go beyond this sadhya sadhana. Sadhya sadhana lakshanam anityam. Whatever is sadhyam is anityam. Whatever is sadhyam by a sadhanam. Whatever is sadhyam by a sadhanam is anityam. We should not say, oh, Brahma is also it is sadhyam. It is not sadhyam. It is something which is realized. You are already that. You are not attaining anything new. So here you are attaining something new in this Aparavidya. Paravidya, you are not attaining anything new. You are only realizing. So it is not called sadhyam. Okay, sadhya sadhana lakshanam anityam. All these things parisamapya. So we have to see, connect that parisamapya here. All these things sarvam parisamapya. Atha idanim. Now, what is the text doing? Asadhya sadhana lakshanam. Asadhya sadhana lakshanam means it is something which is beyond this sadhya and sadhana, which is something which is not attainable by any sadhana. Then apranam amano gocharam. Apranam, it is beyond prana. Aprana does not mean lifeless. Aprana means it is beyond prana. It is the origin for prana also. Apranam. Amano gocharam. It is something which cannot be cognized known by the mind, because the mind itself is a product of that. Amano gocharam. Atindriya Vishayam. It is something beyond the Indriyas. Atindriya Vishayam. Shivam. Shivam means Sukharupam. Sukharupam. So Shivam is something that absolute Brahman is of the nature of Ananda. It is the nature of bliss. So that particular bliss, it is of the nature of bliss. Then Shantam. What is this Shantam? Nivrutta Anarthatvam. Anandagiri says Nivrutta Anarthatvam means in all other levels there is an Ashanti. That is, you go to Brahmaloka, you have to still wait there for a long time. You go to some other Swargaloka, again you spend there for some time and come back. So all that, there is not full, complete Shanti. There is some unrest there. So, but here, this absolute level is something which is Shantam. So that is why it is explained as Nivrutta Anarthatvam. So even Brahmaloka is something which is Anartham. Anartham means it is not complete, isn't it? There is something incomplete there. So Nivrutta Anarthatvam Shantam. Then after Shantam, Shivam Shantam. Avikrutam Aksharam. Avikruta. Avikruta means everything in the world has bhava vikaras. Bhava vikara is jayate, asti, vardhate, parinamate, etc., etc. We have come across these words. That is, something is born, it attains a particular shape, it grows, and then after that slowly declines and finally dies, disappears. So these 6 bhava vikaras are there. These 6 changes in a particular body, in any being. So these things are not there in Brahman. Brahman is something which is beyond all these things. So Shantam Avikrutam Aksharam. This word also we have seen in Mundakopanishad, imperishable thing. Then Satyam, that which is non-negatable at any time. Then Paravidyagamyam, it is only known by this Paravidya, it is known by Atma Vichara. Then that is what is called Purushakhyam, it is called Purusha. This Purusha, now we are not referring to the body, we are referring to the Purusha which we have seen in Mundakopanishad, that Supreme Purusha. We have seen in that Mundakopanishad, because it is actually a further commentary on Mundakopanishad, isn't it? Mundakopanishad is the Samhita portion and this is the Brahmana portion. So Purushakhyam, Sabahyabhyantaram Ajam. Sabahyabhyantaram. Sabahyabhyantaram means suppose this is infinity. Brahman is infinity. There is nothing outside, there is nothing inside. Sabahyabhyantaram, there is no question, there is no concept of outside or inside for that. It is infinity. There is no concept of something which is outside or inside. Sabahyabhyantaram Ajam. Ajam means something which is originless. Ajam. That has to be told. Vaktavyam. It has to be told. Iti Uttaram Prashnatrayam Arabhyate. This Uttaram Prashnatrayam is the later. The next three questions are being commenced. Then now we are coming to the basic question. Tatra Sudiptadiva Agnehe Yasmat Parad Aksharat Sarve Bhavaha Vispulinga Iva Jayante.
Yasmat Parad Aksharat Sarve Bhavaha Vispulinga Iva
Jayante. Sarve Bhavaha, isn't it? Sarve Bhavaha Jayante. Tatra Chaiva Apiyanti Iti Yuktam Dvitiye Mundake.
Tatra Chaiva Apiyanti Iti Yuktam Dvitiye Mundake.
Kete Sarve Bhavaha
Kete Sarve Bhavaha
Aksharat Vibhajyante.
Aksharat Vibhajyante.
Katham va vibhaktas santaha.
Katham va vibhaktas santaha.
Tatraiva apiyanti.
Tatraiva apiyanti.
Kim lakshanam va tadaksharamiti.
Kim lakshanam va tadaksharamiti.
Etad vivakshaya adhuna.
Etad vivakshaya adhuna.
Prashnan udbhavayati.
Prashnan udbhavayati.
Okay. So this is referring to Shankaracharya, is referring to the Mundakopanishad. Yatha sudipta vispulingaha prabhavanti tatra chaiva apiyanti, like from a huge fire various small tiny sparkles, hundreds and hundreds of tiny sparkles, they emerge and then ultimately they fall and then apiyanti, they get resolved in the same thing. So that is what we have seen, that is the image we have seen, that is the metaphor. So he is referring to that. Tatra means not there in this context. Tatra means in this context. Sudiptadiva agnehe. Sudiptad agnehe yatha vispulingaha. From a fire, from that fire which is well ignited, Sudiptad, very well ignited, from that Sudiptadiva agnehe, Sudiptad agnehe. Yasmat, likewise, Yasmad paradaksharat sarve bhavaha. Yasmat paradaksharat, from that supreme akshara, supreme imperishable thing, from that supreme imperishable being, sarve bhavaha, all the beings. Sarve bhavaha means all the beings, not bhava does not mean ideas. In Telugu we use the word bhava for idea, not bhava means, bhavas means beings. Vispulinga iva jayante, all the beings they arise, they originate like these sparkles. Then tatra chaiva apiyanti iti yuktam. Dvitiye mundake, in the second mundaka, tatra chaiva apiyanti. They resolve into the same thing. That is what they said. Kiyete sarve bhavaha. Which are all those things? Aksharat vibhajyante. Which are all these things which come out of this akshara? Which are all these things which come out of this akshara, that imperishable thing? And then katham va vibhaktas santaha. And how, having been divided, vibhaktas santaha, having been divided, how they again resolve back. Tatra chaiva apiyanti. How they resolve back into the same thing. Then kim lakshanam va tadaksharam. And that aksharam, what we are calling as imperishable, what is the nature of that aksharam? What is the nature of that imperishable thing? So, etad vivakshaya, in order to say this, vivaksha is vaktumicha. In order to say this, intending to say this, let us say, intending to say this, adhuna, now, prashnan udbhavayati. The questions are being raised by the students. Then, now, okay, let us read. Bhagavan, etasmin purushe, Shirah Panyadimati Kani Karanani Swapanti Swapam Kurvanti Swavyapara Duparamante Kani Cha Asmin Jagrati Yeah, cha also is there. Kanichasmin jagrati. Jagaranam anidravastham svavyaparam kurvanti.
जागरणम् अनिद्रावस्थां स्वव्यापारं कुर्वन्ति
कतरः
कतरः
कार्यकरणलक्षणयोः एष देवः स्वप्नान् पश्यति. Okay, we'll stop here. Bhagavan, oh revered sir, etasmin purushe, in this body, shirah panyadimati, shirah panyadiman is the word. Shirah panyadiman is one who has limbs like shiras and pani, etc. Pani is hand, shirah is head, hands, etc. That is shirah panyadiman. Shirah panyadimati is saptami vibhakti. In this person, etasmin shirah panyadimati, in this person, Kani karanani swapanti. Which are these indriyas which sleep? Swapam kurvanti, swavyaparad uparamante. Sleep means what is this? Swavyaparad uparamanam eva swapam. Swavyaparad uparamanam. Vyaparam means activity. Swavyapara, from their activity they are withdrawing. That itself is sleeping. Kanicha asmin jagrati. And in this purusha, which are the things which jagrati? Jagrati is plural. Kani jagrati. Jagarti is singular. Jagrati is plural. Kani cha asmin jagrati. In this, which are the things which are awake? Jagaranam anidravastham swavyaparam kurvanti. Then anidravastha, they are there in anidravastha, and that is their natural state, swavyaparam. It is not something which are keeping awake like like we do in Shivaratri. It is always there, swavyaparam kurvanti. Then kataraha karyakarana lakshanayoho yesha devaha. Kataraha yesha devaha. Connection is kataraha yesha devaha. Between these two, which is that indriya? Which is that divine thing? Which is that most intelligent thing? Yesha devaha. Swapnan pasyati. Kataraha dvayor madhya means karya karana lakshanayoho. There are certain karya lakshanas, karana lakshanas. Karya lakshana means body. Like we say about this, what is this? Karmendriyani. Karana is indriya. Karya relates to body. Body means what is this? Karmendriya, that motor organs as we say. The other one is organs of sense organs, organs of knowledge, jnanendriyani. So between these two, which is the one which is actually swapnan pasyati, which is the one which is seeing the swapna, which is the witness for this swapnam, a dream. Then swapno nama, let us read.
Swapno nama
Jagrad darshanan nivrittasya Jagradvad antasharire yad darshanam. So swapna is something, Jagrad darshanan nivrittasya, for a person who has withdrawn from the Jagradavastha. Jagradavasthatah nivrittah. So for somebody who has withdrawn from that, Jagradvat, as though it is Jagradavastha, Jagratvat, antasharire, within the body, yat darshanam. The normal world we see as though outside the body. This thing we see as though inside the body. So that is it. But both are in the mind only. Whatever we see outside is also in the mind. Nothing is outside the mind, isn't it? Whatever we see outside during Jagrat also is in the mind. Whatever we see in the sleep is also in the mind. So then, yad darshanam. Tat kim karyalakshanena devena nirvartyate. No, sorry. Tat kim karyalakshanena devena nirvartyate. Kim va karanalakshanena kenachit. Ityabhiprayah. Tat kim karyalakshanena devena nirvartyate. Is it something which is performed by? Nirvartyate means it is performed by. Is it something which is performed by or executed by? Executed is a better expression. Is it something which is executed by karyalakshanena devena? Is it something done by something to do with the body? That is one of these karmendriyas. Is it done by one of the karmendriyas? Kimva, or else karanalakshanena kenachit, or is it by one of those jnanendriyas? Is it by one of those karmendriyas, or is it by one of those jnanendriyas? So that is the question. Kenachit, by one of these jnanendriyas. Iti abhiprayah. So that is the idea. Then the next question we are coming. Uparate cha jagrat swapna vyapare yat prasannam nirayasa lakshanam
निरायासलक्षणम्
अनाबाधं सुखं कस्य एतद् भवति?
अनाबाधं सुखं कस्य एतद् भवति?
Kasya sukham bhavati? That is the basic question. Kasya etat sukham bhavati? That is, who is the enjoyer? Who is the person who is feeling that happiness? Who is enjoying it? For whom? Kasya etat sukham bhavati? What is that? Uparate cha jagrat swapna vyapare. Jagrat swapna vyapare uparate sati. That is sati saptami. When this jagrat vyaparam and swapna vyaparam are both concluded, they are uparata, they are withdrawn. Yet prasannam, it is so prasanna. Prasanna means so tranquil. For this prasanna, Anandagiri gives another small explanation. Tatparam purva avadhi sambandhite. Prasannamiti. Vishaya samparka kalushya rahitam, he says. So Vishaya samparka, this Vishaya samparka, that is contact. Samparka is contact. The contact with the Vishayas, contact with the sense objects is actually polluting the mind, that kalushya. This prasanna means that pollution is not there. It is totally contactless. It is not in contact with any of these indriya, any of these vishayas. So vishaya samparka kalushya rahitam. Then the next word is nirayasam. For nirayasam also Anandagiri is giving an explanation. Nirayasena vikshepa bhavamatrena lakshyate. Vikshepa abhavam. Nirayasam is whenever you have an object, whenever we see, whenever you are in touch with it or contact with an object, then there is some little bit of, okay, you want it, you like it, you dislike it. There is some sort of mano vikshepa, isn't it? When you look at something, you either like it, you don't like it. You see a newspaper, you like an idea, you don't like an idea. So anything you come into contact, it is giving you some vikshepa. Some sort of mind is tossed about. Vikshepa is what? Shipa dhatu. Shipa means to throw. Vikshepa, it is tossed about. Mind is tossed about. So that vikshepa is not there when this nirayasa lakshanam. So it is prasannam, nirayasa lakshanam. So I am reading out this Anandagiri because in some places it is so beautiful. Nirayasa lakshanam, anabadham. It is something which is absolutely, there is no badha, there is no question of any sort of strain there. Anabadham also is he writing something? Yeah. Vinasharahitam satyam. Okay. Sthapita deepa. Anabadham. This is also beautiful. Nirvata sthapita deepalokavat anabadham. That is, you keep a lamp in a place where there is absolutely no breeze. There is of course air. Air is needed for lamp to burn. But then there is no breeze. It is not going to put out. It is not going to put out that light. So that sort of like that, anabadham, the deepo yatha deepo nivatastho. That is what we saw in Gita. There is one line, yada deepo nivatastha nengate sopama smrta, something like that. So like that nivatastha deepa, like a lamp which is placed in a breezeless place, it is so comfortable. Anabadham. So nirayasam, anabadham, sukham. Sukham is that happiness. Kasya etad bhavati. Whose happiness is all that? Then we are coming to fifth question. Tasmin kale jagrat swapna vyaparat uparatas santaha kasminnu sarve samyag ekibhutas sampratisthitaha. Okay, so tasmin kale, at that particular time, when that swapna and jagrat are both withdrawn, that is jagrat swapna vyaparat uparatas santaha. All these things are withdrawn from this jagrat vyapara and also swapna vyapara. In swapna also there is some vyapara of the mind, isn't it? Even that has been withdrawn. Santaha. Santaha what? We are referring to these indriyas only. Uparatas santaha. Kasmin nu sarve. No iti vitarke, we have seen. No. Oh, what may that be? It is vitarka. Vitarka means you are in a doubt. When you are in a doubt, oh, what can that be? So that is the meaning of no. Kasmin nu bhagavo vijñāte sarvamidam vijñātam bhavati. No, the meaning of no is vitarke. That is when you have either is it so or is it otherwise. So when you are having that sort of, can it be so, can it be some other way? So that is it. Kasminnu sarve samyak. Samyak means so well. Eki bhutaha sampratisthitaha. Eki bhutaha. They are all merged. They look as though they are merged into something. They are merged. They are so absorbed into something. pralinaha, sampratishtitaha, they are so well resolved into something. So he is giving an example for that. Madhuni rasavat
Madhuni Rasavat
samudram pravishta nadyadivaccha samudram pravishta nadyadivaccha.
Samudram Pravishta Nadyadivaccha.
The book, does it say something else? Madhuni rasavat and samudra rasavat, we have to break it. Rasavat samudram pravishta nadyadivaccha vivekanarhaha pratisthita bhavanti.
Vivekanarhaha Pratisthita Bhavanti.
Pratisthita bhavanti. Sangataha sampratisthitaha bhavanti ityarthaha.
Sangataha Sampratisthita Bhavanti ityarthaha.
So madhu is honey. The honeybees collect honey from thousands and thousands of flowers, isn't it? Thousands and thousands of flowers and keep it in that honeycomb. And once you take that honey, can you distinguish as to where from this particular thing has come? Maybe now modern science may be able to do, we do not know. But then normally you can't distinguish where it has come from. Thousands and thousands of flowers or lakhs of flowers. From those flowers, these honeybees, they gather and then they keep it in the honeycomb, and you take it out, and then you can't just distinguish where it is collected from which flower. So like that, it is impossible to recognize from which flower it has come. Another example is all the nadis, all the rivers, nadi and nadam. So nadi is something which is flowing into nadi and nada, all these things, they flow into the ocean. Once water goes into the ocean, you can't distinguish whether it has come from Narmada or Ganga or Kaveri or whatever it is. You can't distinguish the water. You go into the Indian Ocean and you can't distinguish. So, Samudram Pravishta Nadyadi Vacha, Nadyadi, rivers, etc. Etc. means you are referring to some small rivulets also maybe. Then Viveka Anarhaha Pratisthita Bhavanti. Viveka Anarhaha. Viveka means analysis, distinction. Making a Viveka is a separation. Separation in the sense distinguish and analyze. That is what is Viveka. Atma Anatma Viveka we say. Here Viveka Anarhaha Bhavanti. The impossible to distinguish. That is indistinguishable. Is it indistinguishable or undistinguishable? Maybe, okay, we have to check up anyway. They become indistinguishable. So that is the point. Indistinguishable, pratishtha bhavanti, sangata. They are all as though united. They are merged, absorbed into something. What is that thing? Sampratishtita bhavanti. Kasmin nu sampratishtita bhavanti. Kasmin. That is the question is, in what? In that Atma. The answer, we have to lead it to that Atma only. Kasmin sampratishtita bhavanti. Then there is a small Purvapaksha. Nanu न्यस्तदात्रादि करणावत् स्वव्यापारादुपरतानि पृथक् पृथगेव स्वाम्य one minute स्वात्मन्यवतिष्ठन्ते इत्येतद् युक्तम् not उक्तम् युक्तम् कुतः प्राप्तिः सुषुप्तपुरुषाणां करणानां कस्मिंश्चिद् भावगमनाशङ्कायाः प्रष्टुः कस्मिंश्चिद् एकीभावगमनाशङ्कायाः प्रष्टुः एकीभावगमन आशङ्कायाः प्रष्टुः एकीभावगमन आशंका is a question, that is a doubt, isn't it? Prashtuhu ashanka kachid vasate. What is that prashtuhu ashanka? What is that? Why? Nanu nyastad atradi karanavat. Suppose there is a worker. That worker is working with a sickle. Datra is a sickle. That like a sickle which is left over somewhere. So you are doing some function. You suppose you are doing some work throughout the day. You have got some drilling equipment. You have got some other equipment. You have done some other work, and then you have left them in their places, and then you have gone to rest. Then all these things, they will be there as they are, isn't it? They don't collect together. They don't collect together, and then they don't become an assembly. So that is the question. Nanu nyastad atradi karanavat They like this sickle, etc., which are left over by a taksha. Taksha is a carpenter or some such person. Say like that. Svavyaparadu paratani, all these indriyas which have withdrawn from their own activity. Svavyaparat uparatani. All those things which have withdrawn from their activity. Pruthak pruthageva swatmanyavatishthante. They stay in their own places. Swatmani, as their own self. As their own self, they are there separately. Where is the need? Where did you get the idea? That is what he says. Kutah praptihi. In Telugu we say ekkada dorikindi. So exactly the same. Kutah praptihi. Where is it? How come? Kutah praptihi. How come you have got this doubt? What is this doubt? Sushupta purushanam karananam kasminchit eki bhavagamana ashankayah. Prashtuhu. Sushupta Purushanam, of the people who are in Sushupti. Somebody who is in Sushupti, of course, he is in plural. Now it is told in plural. Sushupta Purushanam Karananam. All the Indriyas of these people who are sleeping, Kasminchid, in some particular thing, in one thing, Eki Bhavagamana Ashanka. Eki Bhavam means they are coming together, they are merging in something. Eki Bhavagamana Ashankayaha Prashtuhu. Prashtuhu Ashankayaha Prapti Kutah. That is the basic line. Prashtuhu. Prashta means a questioner. Prashta is Pruchati. Iti Prashta. Prashtuhu is Shashti Ekavachanam. Prashtuhu Kutah Ashankayaha Kutah Praptihi. How has this fellow got this doubt? So that is the point. How did this fellow get this doubt? That is the Purvapaksha. Then is the Purvapaksha clear?
Yeah.
Like you leave so many implements there, all the implements are there only. Like that, when all these things they are relaxed, when they have withdrawn from their duties, they will be there only in their own sense, organs or in their own sense locations, let us say, Indriya Gola, as we say. Where is the need to say that they are all collected in some place, Manasi Eki, whether it is mind or something else? Where is the need to say, how did you get this doubt? How come you got this doubt? So that is the meaning. Kutah praptaha. Kutah praptihi. How did you get this doubt? Kutah praptihi. Then Siddhanti says, Yuktaivatu ashanka.
Yuktaivatu ashanka.
Yataha samhatani karanani swamyarthani paratantrani cha jagrad vishaye tasmat swapepi samhatanam paratantriyenaiva kasminchit sangatir nyaya iti न्याय्या इति तस्माद् आशंकानुरूप एव प्रश्नोऽयम् आशंकायाः अनुरूप एव अयं प्रश्नः. That is, this question is in accordance with that particular doubt. So tasmad ashanka anurupa eva. So the Siddhanti says yukta eva tu ashanka. Okay, your doubt is okay. Your doubt is understandable. Yataha, because, but yataha samhatani karanani, all these indriyas which are there, samhatani karanani swamyarthani paratantrani cha jagrad vishaya. You see, in the Jagrat, we call about this body-mind complex. This body-mind complex is Sanghata, Dehendriya Sanghatam. It is an assemblage. So they work in a coordinated manner. There is so much of neuromuscular coordination. There is a coordination between the mind and body, there is nerves, and then all the parts of the body. There is so much of coordination. That means all these things, they all work for something. That is the Jivatma, isn't it? That Jivatma is the boss, and that is coordinating all these things. All these things, they work in a coordinated manner for something else. So there is a general principle. Sanghata is always parartham. Sanghata, any assembly, is something like a vehicle, motor vehicle. It is there to be driven by somebody. Sanghatasya pararthatvat. There is some karika, Sankhya karika. Sanghatasya pararthatvat. Something else is there. So Sanghata is always parartham. Any assembly is for somebody else to drive. So like that, samhatani karanani, all these indriyas which are all assembled, swamyarthani paratantrani cha jagrad vishaye. in the context of Jagrat, at the time of in Jagrat Avastha, all these things, they are all Paratantra, they are not Swatantras. My hand works according to my orders of my mind, and it does not act, my mind says something else, then the hand will go somewhere else. It's not like that. They are all Paratantra. They are all under the control of the mind. Swamyarthani. They are for the sake of the boss. Then likewise, Tasmat, Swapepi, Samhatanam Paratantriyenaiva. All these things, Swapepi, in sleep also, sleep, if here, Swapa, it is combining both dream and also deep sleep, because he is not distinguishing dream separately and deep sleep separately. Swapepi, Samhatanam Paratantriyenaiva. All these samhatas, all these things which are all samhatas, all these things which are so well assembled, this Paratantriyam continues. This dependence on something else. Paratantriyam is dependence on something else, continues. Samhatani, Kasminshit Sangatihi Nyaya. It is appropriate to say that they all assemble in some place. They are all merged in something else. Samhatihi Nyaya. Samhati Nyaya iti. Tasmad Ashankanurupa eva prashnoyam. Okay, you got a doubt, but this is the answer. Ashankayaha anurupa eva. Iti prashnaha ayam. Atra tu. But here, atra tu. We are saying atra tu. Atra tu. Let us come to what is that tu. Karyakarana sanghatah yasminscha pralinaha. So is it sanghatah or sanghatah only? Yasminscha pralinaha sushupta pralayakalayoho tadvishesham bubhutsoho sa konu syaditi kasmin sarve sampratishtita bhavanti iti. Okay, this atratu, here it is not a very simple question of where these indriyas are assembled, collected in the body. It is about something more. Sushupta pralaya kalayoho. Sushupti is somewhat like pralaya. Pralaya is that time when all the beings are merged. All the beings are merged into that Hiranyagarbha, and then from that Hiranyagarbha to Maya, and then that is the pralaya. That is what is the pralaya, isn't it? So that pralaya, what is the Upanishad doing here? Upanishad is actually extrapolating the individual experience to at a higher level. Individual experience is Sushupti. In Sushupti, all these Indriyas are all absorbed. This is being extrapolated to that pralaya also. In that pralaya, all the jivas also experience the same thing. All the jivas, they get absorbed in something. And what is that absolute thing? We are not bothered about this Purusha in whom all these things are getting absorbed. We are bothered about that absolute Purusha. Then how do I know that? That is what Anandagiri says. Atra, Anandagiri, I will read out the Anandagiri's line. Atra, Sampratisthana Visishta Atma na Prushtaha. You see, the question is not about Sampratisthana Visishta Atma. It is not about the conditioned Atma, the conditioned or delimited Purusha, which is Sampratisthana Visishtam. This is something which is having some organs, etc., etc. We are not bothered about it. Kintu tad upalakshita kechana atma prashtaha. Tad upalakshita. This is an upalakshanam for something else. This is an indication. Upalakshanam, you know. Upalakshanam means you mention something and through that you get some other meaning. You go to some other, you take some other step, a higher step, and reach to something else. So that is upalakshanam. Suppose if there is a mention of I, it is an upalakshanam for all other indriyas. So here also, when you are referring to this Atma, you are not only referring to this Jivatma, this conditioned Atma, you are referring to that absolute Atma also. Where is this line? Atra sampratisthana visishtatma na prushtah kintu tad upalakshitah kevala atma prushtah. Kevala atma means the absolute Atma is something which has been inquired. Iti vakya tatparyamaha atra tu iti. Atra tu. That tu is that. So, atra tu. But here the question is not merely about something, all this, where all these things are collecting, etc. Going beyond it, what is it indicating? What exactly is it indicating? Is it indicating that the pralaya also, where all these things they collect back into some Hiranyagarbha, and Hiranyagarbha itself is resolved into that Maya, Avyakta. So to that we are referring. And kasmin etat kasmin sarve, all these things sampratishtita bhavanti iti. Where do all these things they get absorbed? So that is the overall question. So here of course Anandagiri is he has explained the five questions also in a very elaborate way. Tatra adyena prashnena jagaritasya dharmi prashtah. Adyena prashnena, the first question is about jagarita. Jagaritasya dharmi. Then swapne yasya vyaparoparame jagaritam nasti. Then second question is about that avasthatrayamlo. Now in that avasthatraya, who does protection of the body? That is the sharira rakshanam kasya dharmaha iti prishtam. Sharira rakshanam. So there is some prana which is activating the body. So that to that extent. Then jagrato anuparata vyaparasya pranasya deharakshakatva upapattehe. Then trutiyena swapnasya dharme prishtaha. In the third question is about swapna. Fourth question is about sushupti. Then fifth question is about that turiya, avasthatraya. Beyond that avasthatraya, who is the, what is that atma? We are questioning about that atma. Not only this conditioned atma, but the absolute atma. So we will continue in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.